It's been great having a look at some of the outside show gardens here at Malvern. But now it's time to head indoors to go and catch up with Claire so she can show us her indoor show garden.
Over 5 days, Claire and her co-designers worked around the clock to build her first ever show garden. After months of planning, meetings and houseplant chat, they joined forces to transform a blank space into a striking display that mirrors the relationship between the great outdoors and indoor spaces. And the end results are quite something.
Hello, Claire. It feels like I've been transported into your very own living room.
Thanks. I was going to say it does definitely have a similar vibe to it, doesn't it?
I'm guessing that was part of the influence here.
I mean, I've just tried to, in this section, help to recreate something that makes me feel cozy and obviously very planty. So, yeah.
Well, I think you've definitely achieved that, but there's more to the garden than just this, right?
Yeah, so it's actually completely connected to the other side, which is, our piece is called A Reflection of Nature. So it's showing how you can kind of influence your decisions in your home environment by the plant's natural environment. And yeah, let that inform how you grow your plants at home.
Amazing. Should we take a look?
Yeah, let's
go. Now, I've got to confess, I did pop in yesterday, and this section is incredible.
Yeah, it's very dense and kind of, I mean, as realistic as we could get it.
Now, Claire, I believe this is your first show garden.
Yeah.
Where did you start? Did you start off with the living room, or did you start off with this bit?
So from the off, we were kind of quite clear that we wanted to create something relatable, like a modern day living space, nothing too like showy or anything like that, with the jungle aspect. We thought about maybe doing like a bridge or something like that to kind of show the step from one world to the other. But the wall and the window felt like quite a nice way to do it. And also some of the plants that we've decided to use on the windowsill are ones that you'll see kind of in the trees on the space, just demonstrating different ways of growing. And it feels like we made the right choice.
There are so many fine little details throughout the gardens. There's lots of dressing all around the place, so it makes it feel like a show garden.
Yeah, well, we really wanted to start with the plants. Like, the plants were our first thought for the piece, and actually everything else has kind of come around it. We've created a kind of mirror image wherever we possibly can to demonstrate how plants' natural habitat can inform what you do in your home in order to keep them happy. But if you look at something up there, like that Tillandsia, commonly known as the air plant, you can see that that one doesn't grow straight from the ground. And if you look at it in its natural habitat here, this one's actually an epiphyte. So it'll grow attached to other trees, shrubs, stuff like that. So we've really tried to replicate that there and show how that can work. Another great example is the Monstera dubia. This is a terrestrial plant. It'll grow from the ground, but it grows up things such as trees like this.
Ah, so that's why when we grow plants at home, we have a moss pole.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see here, we've got one growing out just up that pole there. And then something like the peace lily, which is one that a lot of people are familiar with. That's a terrestrial plant, again, straight from the ground. And you can see that just there in the corner, we popped that in a relatively low light spot. And again, looking at it close to the forest floor, that's where it would naturally grow. So a lot of what you see here has been done on a very, very small budget. We've sourced a lot of the furniture online very cheaply or free. We've also tried to demonstrate the ways in which you can kind of revamp your own plastic nursery pots to make them look pretty so that you don't have to go out and buy expensive ceramics and stuff like that. So yeah, it's we hope to be something that is very achievable. People can look at and kind of think, I could do this myself.
Yeah, I think there are so many take-home ideas. What was the biggest challenge?
We faced a few. I worked with the most incredible team on this as well. It is not purely my piece, just want to make that very clear. But our original design had a straight wall just here. And we built it that way and we were like, okay, it works, but it does feel very much like it's splitting these two elements. Even with the window in the middle, it felt like it was dividing them and they weren't completely connected. So we made a very scary last-minute decision to chop the wall down the middle and kind of do the diagonal split that you see here.
That is such a major difference. That cut there has made it feel so immersive. So even when you're sat in there and you have that look through the window, you really do feel connected a little bit more.
Absolutely.
But imagine to have no show garden experience at all, come in first time round and get a gold medal.
It's honestly, I give so much credit to my amazing team that I did this with, but it's surreal.
Excuse me, do you know anybody who knows anything about houseplant? Because I'm a bit clueless when it comes to stuff indoors. This is amazing!
Isn't it just?
I'm walking past this, I thought, oh, they lumped a piece of jungle straight down there, you know, and then through there. I thought, I know all like this, and there you were.
Oh.
Have you had a good experience doing it?
It has, honestly, me and Jason were just saying, it has been amazing. Such a pleasure to be a part of, so much fun.
The first books I ever wrote were about houseplants back in the 70s when houseplants were huge, and they sort of petered out through the 80s and the 90s and the noughties. They were really not used much, and your generation has brought them back, and this is wonderful. But it is, I think it's a lot to do with students who have only got a flat and maybe a window box or whatever, and this is the extent of their gardening capabilities.
Yeah.
I like to think that anyone who has just a little bit of green in their life, they are a gardener. So I think, especially when you live in a city, a lot of us, we don't even have balconies. Some of us just have apartments with floor-to-ceiling windows.
And we're so fed with technology nowadays, aren't we? I think it's so lovely that people are returning to nature in some way or another, even if they don't have an outside space.
It's the ultimate connection, isn't it? It might be in a place which is anything but natural, four walls, but it's your connection with the great outdoors. And they become like pets, don't they?
Yes. Yes. And a full-time job looking after all of these plants. How do you do that? This is what I need to know.
Yeah.
It's too much.
I think it's probably more than that now, dare I say it.
But it's definitely going to be today.
It's addictive, but in a great way.
Promise me one thing, you won't move again.
Not for...
No, we can't live for
It was a faff and a half, so definitely not for at least another few years.
I'm not keeping you from your adoring public anymore. I just want to say congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Spectacular.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Oh, that was a surprise.
It's like a reunion.
I know.
Well, I think I have to say congratulations for your gold award-winning garden.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Well done.
Thank you.